Hallo aus Hamburg, ihr habt genau richtig reingeklickt auf eurer Lieblings-Homepage, denn wir zeigen euch gleich das Konzert von Livingston aus dem Hamburger Knust, eine der momentan angesagtesten Alternative Rock Bands. Die 5 haben einen beachtlichen Start hingelegt, ausverkaufte Konzerte auf ihrer Tour und ziemlich erfolgreich in den Charts unterwegs. Ihre erste Single Broken hat es bis auf Platz 25 der deutschen Charts geschafft, ihr Debütalbum Sign Language sogar auf Platz 16 und vor dem Konzert gleich sind die 5 jetzt so nett, uns ein paar Fragen zu beantworten. So, hello, nice to meet you.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Good.
Very good.
Okay. Your tour ends this evening. What are your plans for the next weeks and the next months?
Well, actually, this leg of the tour ends tonight, and then we've got a small promotional tour that we're doing, just an acoustic tour through the country to promote the new Till Schweiger film that's just come out. And then we come back to Berlin and we have to shoot our next video immediately. And then I think we'll have a short break before it all kicks off again next year with the next leg of the tour in March. So, yeah.
Okay. Before the Sign Language tour, you were as a support act on tour, not only but also with the band Revolver held. How was the cooperation with them?
It's great. We had a really good time, and that was sort of kind of the thing that opened the door for us in Germany, because we'd been playing throughout the UK for a few years and other countries in Europe, but it was the first time we went to Germany, and yeah, we get on really well with the guys. They're actually playing across the street tonight, and we'll probably see them later.
Oh, nice thing. Well, I just told it to the viewers, you are really successful here in Germany, sold out concerts on your tour as tonight. Your first single, Broken, was on top 25 of the German charts, your album even on top 16. How do you feel when you realize this?
That's great. I mean, it's an incredible achievement for us, you know. And we spent quite a lot of time working on the album, and when we finally got it done and released it, it was great to see such a quick success. And yeah, we're very happy.
The band Livingston exists for 7 years. Is there a great difference between the past and the present? Tell us about your first years of Livingston.
Yeah, there is a difference, but I suppose it's more of a growing, as if you will. I mean, we started, and how the dynamic within the band back in the day when we just started was completely different, and we started writing as a band before it was completely different, and that, according to me, established Livingston as a band. And we write all of the songs we do, we write them together, and all of the decisions we make them together, and it's very important to us to do things that way.
What's your opinion about these talent shows as X Factor or American Idol, or here in Germany, Deutschland sucht den Superstar?
I think it varies from person to person. I find them amusing, personally. I think I have a good, especially the auditions, I have a great time watching those.
Yeah, I think they can be quite funny, but I have to say my personal opinion is that it's not really, I don't think it's a really good thing for the music industry. But they are entertaining to watch, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's you kind of have to separate the people that go through it and then get successful with it. You know, like that. It doesn't say anything about that person. For example, we did a few gigs with Thomas Godoy earlier this year, and we got on really well with him. He's a great guy, you know, and I think he's also struggling a little bit to get out of that whole image that you obviously get from a show like that. I'm also not a big fan of these shows. The first time Pop Idol was shown in the UK, I had a lot of fun watching it as well, but then it just kind of gets boring, and I'm quite surprised they're still doing it. But I suppose there's always sort of the very pop side to the industry, like there's the quick money for the music industry, and then there's our side, which is the real bands, and as long as that doesn't get muddled up too much, then I suppose we're okay, you know. We're a real band, so...
7 years after the beginning of Livingston, you now have a contract with a record company. How did you get this contract?
It was very much, how did we get it? We just played and played and played and played, and many shows, and worked and did more recordings, and How it all happened actually was very quick, and I think it was all negotiated over a question of a few days. The deal that we got with Universal in the end, and caught us all very much by surprise. We didn't really expect it, and yeah, it was definitely one of the highlights of my career life, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Why did you choose the band name Livingston? So there exists a city called Livingston in Scotland, but I suppose that has nothing to do with that. So what's the story behind Livingston?
Little view. Yeah.
There's a book by a guy called Richard Bach called Jonathan Livingston Seagull. And it was written, I think, in the 70s at some point. And my father gave me the book to read when I was a little boy. And it's about this seagull that wants to go and fly faster than all the other seagulls. And he wants to do tricks that none of the other seagulls can do and just kind of go and find his own way in life. And everyone tells him he can't do it. And then kind of the story that comes out of that. And that story just always stuck with me. And when it came to choosing a band name, it was definitely the one. And I thought it's also very applicable to all of us. You know, we're all from, Jacob's from Germany, and Paul is from Italy, and Chris is from South Africa, and he's from England, and all over the place. And we all went to England to go and do our thing, to go and become musicians. And so the name is very applicable with that as well.
What's very interesting about this town in Scotland is though that every person in the UK, I think, knows it and doesn't like it because you get your tax letters from there.
That's funny.
Yeah, Mayor as well. The Mayor of London used to be Livingston as well.
Yeah, Ken Livingston, that's right. Yeah.
So your album Sign Language has been published in Germany only a few months ago. 12 songs are on it. How can we imagine you write and compose this song? So what is the process from the idea to the finished song?
Well, I think our main process of writing songs is basically, you know, we'd like to set up a nice environment in our rehearsal room. We really like to jam a lot, and you know, it can be that Paolo starts a beat or Jakob just starts playing a riff or any way really, and then all of us just start playing along, and you know, the song just starts to take its life then and starts going into different directions, and then we just keep on jamming and jamming and jamming, and then Birk has got a great way that he can also just improvise singing, you know, really quickly, and that's normally how the songs take shape. You know, sometimes we could write a song in a matter of a half an hour, you know, from start to finish, or sometimes we write an idea and then a couple of days later, then somebody starts jamming it again, and then the song is born. But you know, generally, songs are born out of jamming.
So, do you have songs on the album that are about very personal experiences of you, so that are in a way autobiographical?
I think the only song, I'm just trying to think now actually, the only song on there that would be even almost like that, because I don't write like that. I don't really write, you know, 1 + 1 is 2, and I'm going to tell you exactly what to think, and hence you have to think it. It's kind of more, I'm going to give you some words, and then you can interpret it in your way. I know what it means for me, but hopefully you will get your own story out of that. But the only song on there that is kind of more autobiographical is Like a Wheel, which is about leaving someone behind. For me, my wife, leaving every time we go on tour. It's a tough thing to do, and yeah, that's I think is the only one on there.
Okay. What will be in the next single?
Like a Wheel.
Okay.
Yeah. What a segue. We just
And perhaps it's a little too short now, but when do you want to publish the next album?
When?
Yes, when? So
I mean, sorry.
No, yeah.
The funny thing is, I think we get asked that actually quite a lot, and for us, we're just really enjoying this first album, and we're happy that it's out there. And obviously, we started thinking about it, and you know, maybe even doing some writing. But I think it'll be a little bit before we publish the second one, or release the second one. So yeah, but we're just kind of let's just enjoy the first one.
Yes.
You know?
Okay.
We've definitely written some really good songs already that'll probably end up on that album, and then we've been talking about doing a writing session early next year. We do that kind of thing where we just do it for a week or two and just
Yeah.
the 5 of us spend some time together, quality time. And then last time we did that, we wrote a song every day, you know, for almost 2 weeks. So
How many of them ended up on the album from that?
just two.
Two. Yeah.
But Like a Wheel, for example, is one of them that was written half a year ago. So
We did that and we played Kicker.
yeah, a lot.
Lots and
Okay.
lots and lots of kicking.
That helped the writing process.
So, with which band or which singer you would like to cooperate?
Wow, that would be different for everybody, I think.
Yeah, before
But I think there's one that we'll probably all agree with, and that is Foo Fighters or Dave Grohl.
yeah,
That's,
I don't know.
that's probably the closest.
I guess.
That's probably the closest collective.
Okay.
one,
Yeah,
I
maybe,
suppose.
Well,
Yeah, but
we'll
it'll be
see.
different.
Yeah.
If
We'll
you see him, tell him.
Okay, I will do. If you were not musicians, which jobs would you do?
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm going to start on this side and then you go around. I was well on my way to being a farmer. My father is a farmer, and his father was a farmer, and his father was a farmer, and I come from a long line of farmers, and that's definitely what I probably, I would have ended up being a farmer. I can say that. Yeah.
I would have been some kind of sound technician, very similar to what this guy's doing here, I think. Just holding.
You would have had your job.
Yeah, you're lucky.
That's the point where you film him.
Yeah.
You know, a moment. There you go.
I would have definitely been in visual arts, probably a painter or photographer. But yeah, one of them. Or I would have probably got myself into trouble and we'll say no more.
Good job.
Yeah, I would have been living off your tax money.
I'd probably be getting him out of jail. That'd probably be my full-time job. No, I think I would have liked to either become an actor earlier when I was younger, or probably nowadays I'd really like to work for radio. I actually really enjoy that. So something like that. Something definitely that's a bit artistic.
To be honest, I mean, it's very hard for me to say what it would be like now, but back then when I was 15, until I was 15, I was very much into magic, and I started when I was 5 years old. My first show was at my kindergarten in front of 200 people, and then I joined the Magician's Circle in Bremen, which is where I grew up, and so I did that. I did lots of shows, children's birthdays and all sorts of things until I was 15, and then I discovered the guitar, and then something had to give, and I went for the guitar, luckily.
Stupid choice.
So yeah, I might be a magician.
Okay.
One day you can make your guitar disappear.
Or one of us.
So, what kind of music do you like? So, which genres, bands, singers?
Mixed again. I think all of us have got like very diverse tastes. You know, it's no specific type. I think.
Okay, but what's the last album that you bought?
Our
last
own.
album.
No, I'm kidding.
Except your own.
Kings of Leon.
Yeah, Kings of Leon.
You bought me the Kings of Leon album.
Yeah.
Very awesome album. Yeah, love them.
I got the Florence and the Machine album.
It's a good album.
Yeah.
Radiohead was the last one I bought.
Newton Faulkner was the last one I bought.
Now I've got Kings of Leon in my head. I'm sure I bought another album, but I can't think of it now.
Yeah.
I won't buy Florence and the Machine because I was going to get a guitar from Gibson on this tour, and Florence and the Machine still have it. So
So listen, Florence.
You're out there.
You're out there and listen to this.
Bring back the Gibson.
How many time do you spend with surfing in the internet?
way too much.
Way too much.
Way too much.
You know, I think for the first 2 or 3 nights on this tour, we didn't have internet on the tour bus. And I loved it because we actually had conversations between us. And in the moment they switched on the internet, it was like this calm descended over the bus.
Which
Everyone's
also
like,
has its advantages.
It does.
Yeah.
I mean, we do spend a lot of time on the internet also because we really like to interact with, everything that's happening out there with the music and
our fans
and
as
our
well.
fans and replying and writing emails and things. But yeah, we probably spend too much time. It's
Yeah.
quite funny sometimes while sitting on the computer next to somebody and writing them a message.
Because we're in 2009 and we can do that.
Which websites are your favorite ones?
You know,
Advertising time. I like Facebook mostly.
actually, yeah. I mean, I'm on Facebook.
Yeah.
YouTube's pretty cool.
I like livingstonmusic.de.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a very good one.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
IMDb is pretty
But
cool.
otherwise, yeah, YouTube is good. It's fun to watch videos that people put up. And
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia is
Yeah,
great.
very cool.
yeah.
Entertaining.
What they said.
Okay. So now I tell you the begin of a few sentences, and each of you will complete them. Okay.
Oh
So
dear.
let's start.
You look, which all like whoever or you point or
In the round. So
That's right. Yeah.
the soccer world champion next year will be.
England.
Very good.
I doubt that very much, actually. But
you never
9.
know. Hey, England's got a good team.
No, being from South Africa, I can complete that by saying it will be different to any other World Cup that has ever taken place.
So it'll be San Marino.
Liechtenstein.
Exactly.
Well, you never know.
So when I'm 50 years old, I want to do.
Pottery.
You're on a roll.
You know, retire. make
You
some
never
pots.
know.
Yeah.
The ghost.
Exactly. Put on some Righteous Brothers in the back.
Is that like Naked Gun or what?
Ghost.
Okay, yeah, that's true. I'd like to travel a lot around the world. You know, I mean, we're traveling quite a bit now, but you always get to see the venues, you get to see airports and your bus, and every now and then we have time to walk around town, like we just did in Cologne, which was really nice. But I think I'd just love to do a big world trip when I'm older.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the woman of my dreams is or has to be.
Yet to be found. That's my answer.
Yeah.
Wow, tricky one.
Female.
That's I find that quite easy. It's my girlfriend.
Oh. She looks at this moment.
I don't know.
So my favorite movie is.
Ooh, The Magnificent Seven or The Great Escape?
Into the Wild. Have you heard of that? It's a
Perhaps.
relatively new movie, very unknown guy, not all that famous, but Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam did the soundtrack for it, and it's amazing.
Okay.
Zoolander.
Of course.
I based my entire life on it, actually.
Your looks.
My looks. This jacket, it's a long story now. We'll get into that. We'll blog it sometime.
So I saw on your website that fans could ask you questions, and I picked some of them. Pat, for example, would like to know if you thought about to record a special Christmas CD for the next year.
We were actually asked that question, and we kind of turned it down.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, who knows? But I doubt it. I don't think it's really our thing. But you know, never say never.
So, yeah, see how we're doing financially in a few
Yeah.
years.
I'm taking it.
So Mandy asks, how do you came together?
It's a mixture of things, really. We all went to London, and then fate just took over. You know, just through the music industry, you meet people, you talk to people, you go to clubs and see people, and yeah, just synchronicity. You know, we were just destined to meet each other, and that's how it happened, really.
Well, maybe to just give
No,
a
no,
few
no.
examples.
Let's leave it open.
No, no.
Open, okay, no stories.
kidding.
No, like I mean, I met Birkus at a club when I was playing with another band, and then we started talking, and he invited me to rehearsal. Paolo and me had been going to the same music college, but didn't really know each other, and he met Birkus a little earlier. And
Birkus and I actually met in a tiny little, very interesting bar in South Africa, actually in Pretoria in South Africa.
Tequila Sunrise.
Tequila Sunrise. Very interesting place where, you know, really interesting people would go and read poetry and play guitar and stuff like that, drink. And yeah, and then we met there and we just got along really well, and we knew each other for a little while there before we played in bands. And then, yeah, and with Phil, we were looking for a bass guitarist, and you know, he came over and jammed with us, and it just, again, just like a glove, it just fit.
Well, in 3 weeks we have Christmas. What's written at the top of your wish list?
Oh,
In terms of gifts,
Yes.
gifts.
I haven't even thought about that.
Yeah.
For me, it's just having some really nice quality time off, where I don't have to think about anything, just relax with my family, and I think that's what I'm really looking forward to more than anything else. Just sitting inside and then going outdoors every now and then when it's really cold, coming inside and it's warm. That's
I
my
want an
thing.
iPhone.
But
I'm just putting it out there.
Say that into the
I
camera.
want an iPhone.
Fans, we need iPhones here.
I love you.
We love you.
So, already the time is over. So thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
And
Thank you so much.
Have a great show.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for having us.
Thank you.
And yes, das war Livingston im Interview. Gleich seht ihr das letzte Konzert, im Rahmen der Sign Language Tour. Und ich wünsche euch ganz viel Spaß dabei. Bleibt dran.
All right.